guys, welcome back to my channel. Oh, hold on. Hold on. We gotta light this. Oh no, where's my lighter? There it is. There it is. If you guys don't watch the streams, welcome. Gotta set the mood. So, today we are talking about the third Ant-Man movie, and apparently an Ant-Man trilogy. Great start. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantamania, starring Paul Rudd, Evangeline Lilly, Michael Douglas, Michelle Pfeiffer, Jonathan Majors, and Catherine Newton. I believe I got everybody right there. So, you guys have seen the trailer, so real quick, this is going to be a non-spoiler first, and then I'm going to do this. When you guys see that, then I'm going to put the spoiler banner up. You'll see this, you'll see everything, and then I'll go into spoilers, because there's no point in making more than one video. Like, I'm not, a big YouTuber or anything like that, so I figured I might as well do it one long video, and I'll give you guys plenty of warning. I'll give you guys the countdown, I'll give you guys the banner. That way, if you guys haven't seen it, you can click off. So, you guys have seen the trailer where Ant-Man is back, and he is living it up in San Francisco. He's got his whole family. He's written a book. He's a celebrity because he saved the world from Thanos. And his daughter isn't too satisfied with what he's doing. But she also, and I guess, and that's the thing, like, discussing this, like, I'm trying to just avoid what's exactly not in the trailers, because people tend to think that just because you say something that's not specifically shown in the trailer that it's a spoiler, and I don't agree with that, but we don't need to have that discussion here. But she's built a quantum realm signal booster because she wants to explore the quantum realm from a safe distance, but having her bounce that signal gets the attention of the wrong people, and they all get sucked into the quantum realm. And it turns out that Kang the Conqueror is down there, and he has conquered the quantum realm, and he is trying his best to get back into the real world, and he wants to conquer the real world. And so it's up to the Ant-Man team to stop him. Now, this was a much... It feels like the MCU can't live past Endgame. And what I mean when I say that is that everybody has these crazy expectations from every single movie that takes place. Like, and especially once we were Endgame, we were here, and then everyone expected it to still go up. And then we got Spider-Man No Way Home, and everyone was just like, oh my god, multiverse, I want everything. I heard Tom Cruise was gonna be in Multiverse of Madness. I heard we were gonna get everything in every movie all the time. And I feel like that's not quite the MCU's fault, but then it's also a little bit of like, you did this to yourself, of like this insane expectations of getting everything in all the movies. And that's the problem. Hello, cat. And that's the problem with the multiverse, is that the options are literally limitless, and it's crazy to think about. And so while I was watching this movie, I found it perfectly enjoyable. It didn't break any barriers, it didn't wow me, but I liked the quantum realm. I thought that was a fun place. It's very... I think I've seen this a lot. It's very Star Wars-esque with all the different creature designs, all the different, like, quantum species that are down there. I found that to be really cool. Sorry, my cat's crawling all over my desk right now and knocking everything down. But the action was pretty stilted. I mean, there's even, like, a shot in the trailer that you see with, like, Cassie and Paul running away from like explosions, and you can tell that like they're like in the volume and like not much is going on around them, because like they're like, both the look on their faces were very calm. And while, yeah, I keep saying Paul, Scott is a superhero, like he's seen some stuff, Cassie isn't. And even so, like, even with Scott, he's like, he's a hero in the fact that he has like the Ant-Man suit, but like he's not Cap or anything like that. Like he's not like, yeah, this is what I'm about. He's just like, no, like he's still like Scott Lang. And so just in that moment, like it really took me out. I was like, yeah, it really feels like they didn't need to shoot on set in the quantum realm. Like I realized this movie is going to be a lot of CG. And I saw it in 3D, and I think it looked good in 3D, but for me, it's like, I don't know if it's just my bad vision, but it's just like, I had 2 sets of glasses on. I had my regular glasses and my 3D glasses on, and it was just like, I felt like the tint of the 3D glasses like makes me try and focus a little too much, and I just couldn't see the action that well, and the action was fine. It wasn't anything to write home about. There's some cool moments in this movie. I feel like, I don't know, hearing me talk about it now, it sounds like I didn't really enjoy myself, but I did. I had fun with this movie. You see MODOK in the trailer, and the only spoiler I'll give is that you see his actual face under the helmet, and I think one reveal is good. They keep showing it throughout the movie, and it's not good. It's not good, and this is another one of those times where Marvel, like, we are 30-something projects into the MCU. Please start to, like, no, I don't need this to be Dark Knight. I don't need this to be the Snyderverse where we're taking ourselves so seriously all the time. I like the humor. You know, Ant-Man's a funny character. The 2 Ant-Man movies are probably like the closest thing to Marvel comedies we have. And I'm okay with that. The first Ant-Man's hilarious and great. But there are moments where I'm trying to take this thing seriously. We are in the middle of the 3rd act crescendo, and you are just like pulling the rug out from under me, where it's like, oh yeah, but it's not that serious. I'm like, it's okay to be serious in this moment. It's okay to have stakes. It's okay to have like dangerous stakes, emotional stakes. Like, I want to be there. I'm here for this. This is why I'm in the theater right now. And it's so frustrating to me that Marvel doesn't trust their audience to be like, you know what? We're going to have fun with Ant-Man. We're going to get some good stuff going. You love Paul Rudd. But in the 3rd act, it's going to get serious. Because this whole thing, and you saw it in the trailer. It's like one of my favorite lines of like, where Kang's like, oh, you think you can win? He's like, I don't have to win. We just both have to lose. And he's all beaten and bloody. It's like, yeah, dude, like, Ant-Man, like, he's been down and out. But, even in Endgame, like, you didn't really see him much because he's all, like, big. But, like, you've never seen him, like, just take a beating like that. And, like, that's what I was there for. And they kept pulling the rug out from under me. And I just, like, let me be here. Let me be in this moment. So let's get to the cast. Paul Rudd kills it as always. Catherine Newton is Cassie. I didn't even realize they had recast his daughter. I thought it was the same person until I saw that online. And I don't know, like, not that Catherine Newton's fine. She's good in this movie. She doesn't get too much to do, and I was really surprised because I thought she was going to be like a big focus of it. She's like the driving thing where he's like, I'm here to save my daughter. But I didn't get to know her as much as I wanted to. And that's the same with Evangeline Lilly as Wasp, where there's a moment in the end where like they have like the Wasp and Ant-Man have a moment. I'm like, yeah, they really haven't done much this whole movie. Like, the first movie's such a, like, it's a little stereotypical. She hates him and then they fall in love, like, but it works. And then the second one, like, they're teaming up. And they're kicking butt, and I liked it. And so, like, I don't know. I like Evangeline Lilly. I just did 6 episodes on the Hobbit movies where she's a really fun character as an elf and as Toriel, and I love her in that. So I was really looking forward to her because she's pretty badass as Wasp. And unfortunately, she didn't get much to do in this movie, and that's really sad because I like her as an actress. Michael Douglas and Michelle Pfeiffer are both great. There's a frustrating thing with Michelle Pfeiffer's character, and I'll talk about it a little bit in spoilers because, you know, again, I don't know what people have seen, you know, what they count as spoilers. But Michael Douglas is great as always. But the big thing that people are coming for is Jonathan Majors as Kang. We got to see a little bit of like his variant at the end of Loki, and he just crushed in like what could be a very boring expositional scene where he's just explaining everything, but like he's just so magnetic, you love him, and he brings that magnetism to this role as well. He's dangerous, he's quiet, but you know, even when he gets like angry and like overbearing, he's great. They do really let him flex his muscles, both, you know, acting wise and literally. You see those big old arms that he's gonna break out in Creed 3. I'm excited for the future of his character and what they're gonna do with it. I think they picked a great actor to be the next big bad in the MCU. I think it was a really brilliant casting choice. Overall, you know, I don't know when the next time I'm gonna watch this movie is, but to be fair, like, I haven't rewatched Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness. I watched Shang-Chi twice in theaters. I only watched Black Widow once. I've only seen No Way Home twice. So, you know, like, even the rest of this phase, oh, I guess this is phase 5 now. This is the new phase. So phase 4, like, I haven't really rewatched much of, and phase 5, it's not the best start, but it's not the worst one either. This is way better than Thor. Like, Thor Love and Thunder, I was in pain watching that movie. It was so terribly unfunny. The CGI was so bad. It felt so rushed and forced, and everyone was the comedic relief, but also everyone had an emotional arc that didn't work. Like, it was just a mess of a movie. This wasn't that. It had a decent narrative. It had a straight line plot that we are going to get through. I wish I got to know more of the characters. You know, we finally have the whole family together. You know, we rescued Michelle Pfeiffer from the quantum realm. We've got an older Cassie so she can be a character, like, and I just didn't get much of that. I didn't get much of that in this movie, and that was probably my biggest disappointment. So from here on out, guys, I am going to be talking about spoilers. So here is the countdown. Here we go. Oh, see, I came back too early, but we are back. So you got the spoilers here, guys. I'll give you a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So there's not too much spoilery stuff that I can really talk about, honestly. Like, I'll probably end this video at 20 minutes, so we got another like 5 minutes or so. But it's a tough thing because you have Kang the Conqueror, and unlike Thanos, and I'm gonna try not to compare everything to phase 3 and, like, you know, the first like 3 phases of Marvel where they built up Thanos but we didn't really know him that much. He was just kind of there in Infinity War. Yeah, we saw him at the end of Avengers. Yeah, we saw him in Guardians, but like he was just talking and sitting there. But having your big bad lose to Ant-Man in the first movie he's introduced isn't like the best precedent. And I go back and forth because Jonathan Majors is great villain, just like seemingly unstoppable, and apparently like the way he gets sucked into the, you know, the quantum engine, you don't know if he died or not. I was waiting for him to pop back up, but then you get that post-credit scene with, you know, the stadium full of Kangs, and they're like, well, he did die, but he was the exile, and now we've got all of us together, and we're going to take on this one timeline, or realm, or multiverse, whatever they're calling it. And so it's like, I get it. I get that, like, yeah, you have a million more Kangs, like an infinite amount of Kangs to attack us with, but still, having this one Kang die to what isn't the most powerful Avenger, it's like I'm going back and forth of like how I feel about it and like how it like sets the precedent for the rest of it. It's not really like it's not, you know, I say this is like the most nerdy criticism where it's just like, it's not even about the movie, but it is like a story beat. And so I don't know, I'm okay with it because like, but it's also it's that multiverse problem where it's like, oh, well, you beat this Kang. Oh, well, we have like a million more. And you could say that for the heroes, too. It's like, you know, he talks about he killed Thor. Well, we got this Thor, and we got another Thor, and, you know, there's a million multiverse Thors out there, apparently. So it's it's like, how do we count victories and losses in the MCU now? It's a tough problem to have. Once you open that multiverse box, it's pretty tough to close it. And I'm optimistically curious of how they're going to do it, because, yeah, maybe Phase 4 wasn't the strongest, but it didn't go off the rails, in my opinion. The MCU isn't destroyed or ruined or anything like that. I'm looking forward to what's happening. I'm cautiously optimistic. Kevin Feige's got still a firm hand on the wheel, and I believe. When it comes to other like movie stuff where it's like the Darren Cross of it all with MODOK, I think MODOK's a goofy character, and I'm okay with it being goofy. But man, the first face reveal was funny. I liked it. That's it. And then maybe at the end when he dies. But then again, what I was saying with the tone jumping and them not trusting their audience is that his whole death scene was like, I'm not a dick, I'm dead. It's like, this is the third act, let it be serious. And maybe his death didn't need to happen. I thought he was just gonna die. I didn't think he'd have like, you know, a final speech of him being like, I'm an Avenger. If you found that funny, that's awesome. I'm jealous of you, truly. But for me, it's like, we're in the third act with a pretty serious big bad. And, you know, let it be serious. We've had Bill Murray before here. We've had the jokes. We've had the fun. Can we be serious for the third act? Like, are we believing your own stakes that you're asking me to believe? You are asking me to be like, Kang's a serious villain. We got to take him serious. But then you're pulling the rug out from under me, like I said. So it's just that thing where it's like, Marvel, we've been here. We trust you. We love you. 30-something movies. Let's do this thing. So, I don't know. That's just how I feel. The post-credit scene of the Million Kangs is a cool teaser, and then the mid-credit scene of the Million Kangs, and then the post-credit scene with the Loki Season 2 stuff. Jonathan Majors is gonna have the MCU on his back like he's Atlas freaking shrugged, and I'm looking forward to it. I really am. Like I said, I think they cast the perfect villain to be the overarching big bad, and I think he is going to shoulder that weight really well. And I'm really excited to see all the different Kang, you know, variants, if they're gonna do big stuff like that. Because it doesn't seem like there's not going to be an alligator Kang or, you know, a Richard, I forgot his name, but like a different actors playing Loki. It's all Jonathan Majors. There's only one kind of Kang, and apparently it's all Jonathan Majors no matter what universe it is. And I like that. I really do. I think that's really cool because he is quite the actor to pick, and I think they made the right choice. They truly made the right choice. But the movie was just there. And I mean, that might be, I still think I'd put it above Ant-Man and the Wasp. I think it'd be second. But you know, not the strongest start to Phase 5. And I didn't mind the action, but it wasn't like thrilling or anything like that. It was just kind of, everything was just there. I like some of the set design. I say set design. I like some of the world building of the quantum realm. I wish I hadn't seen it in 3D, and maybe it would have been a little clearer for me, not like tinted behind the glasses. But I've never been a big 3D person. I'm trying to wrap this up because we're already at 20 minutes. Any other spoiler stuff? I think that's about it for me, guys. Like, let me know in the comments what you guys thought about it. Am I totally off base with everything? It's a strong possibility, but seems like I'm what I've heard, I'm seemingly more positive than most people. So we'll see. Hope you guys have a great time at the theater this week. Stay safe. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought. Phase 5. We're here. Let's do it.